But think about this. 1900 years the Jews are scattered. And God told them, I'm going to scatter you among the nations. You will be a byword among the nations. You'll be persecuted for mine. But one day you will come back. And every one of us knows what the Jews had to suffer as they were scattered through Europe and Africa and Germany and Poland and the concentration camps. But God said one thing to the Jewish people, you will return. You will return. And he told them that there's going to be an international regathering of the people of Israel. An international regathering. And here are the verses. Ezekiel 20 and 36, 37, 38 talks about God's international regathering of the Jewish people from all over the world back to the land of Palestine and the rebirth of Israel. Now, just quickly, I want to show you something. You know that the Jews have come back, but you probably didn't know that God actually hid prophecies in the Bible that told us the actual year they would come back. This is a new book that's been found by Dr. Grant Jeffrey, and it's an awesome, awesome prediction. If you remember when the Jews were scattered in Egypt, for how long were they put in Egypt? For how many years? 430 years. The Bible said that. When they went to Babylon and they came back, they said 70 years they would go. Well, nobody thought when the Jews would come back after the international gathering that was mentioned anywhere in Scripture. But I want to show you something just now. Ezekiel, in Ezekiel 4:3, Leviticus 26 makes this prediction. He says the Jews would come back together as a nation again, probably. When the Babylonian captivity ended in the spring of 536, he said they would come back 2,483.8 calendar years from this captivity, fully as a nation. When the Jews came back in 70 years after Babylon, only a small percentage of the Jews came back. If you remember, the Jews were still dispersed all over Babylon and Persia and Turkey. Only a small remnant came back to rebuild the temple. Here was this amazing prophecy, and I don't have time to go into it, but if you combine these two, you'll see that the Jews were predicted that they would come back 2,483.8 years. That, you add minus that from that, and you get 1947.4. Remember that between 1 BC and 1 AD, there is no year. 0 years. So to adjust for the fact there was no year 0 between 1 BC and 1 AD, we adjust 1 year. Therefore, the end of Israel's captivity would occur at 1948.4. When did Israel come back? 1948, May 14th. On May 14th, under the Harry Truman administration, Israel came back as a nation. Nobody recognized this prophecy until afterwards happened. Nobody could see this prophecy happening. But God hid it in the Scriptures for us. On May 14th, 1948, Israel had come back, and the United Nations declared, and the British mandate, and they came back as a nation. Great celebration. After 1900 years of scattering, Israel was back. After all the persecutions, and the shofar was blown by the Jewish rabbis, and celebrations happened all around the world. Israel was back as a nation. I want you to see something. Never has a nation that has been scattered for more than 500 years come back. We don't hear of the Hittites, we don't hear of the Jebusites, we don't hear of the Perizzites or all those other things. We don't hear of them. We hear about Israel. The Jews retained their identity for 1900 years. They were always God's chosen people. That's amazing. And Jesus said, when you see the fig tree sprouting back its leaves, fig tree, symbol of Israel, Judges 9, Hosea 9, Micah 4:4. When you see the fig tree sprouting back its leaves, today on the coin of Israel is a fig tree. When you see the fig tree sprouting back its leaves, you know the Son of Man is near, even at your door. That generation will not pass away until they see this that sees the signs of all these things happening in Matthew 24 will not pass away. It doesn't mean when you see Israel coming back. That generation sees all the signs, including the 10-year group, 10 nations being formed in Babylon and so on.